Liam, good to be speaking with you. We'll speak about Mansfield and Sunderland and your time at both clubs shortly, but I'm just interested to know firstly what you're doing now on a professional basis.
I am working at Stoke City with the under-15s in the academy there. I've been going about 2.5 months now, so just started. It's not been long, but yeah, it's going well.
Let's speak about your time at Mansfield then. And you came through the youth ranks here in the late 90s. You made your mark in the 2001-02 campaign. That was the year that Mansfield went up. When did you know that Stags had something special about them in that season? When did you really start to believe that Mansfield could go up at last from the fourth tier?
I think it was quite evident quite early on. I mean, we had a good mix of youth in that side, and the likes of me, Leroy, and Bobby Hassel and Disley coming through, and we had some good older pros with us as well. So you just got a sense early on when we were doing well and turning teams over that it was going to be an exciting season.
What about the season after? I mean, Mansfield went down, but there was a huge moment etched into Stags history when Mansfield played away at Chesterfield at Saltergate. You scored a dramatic last gasp goal. Since then, I wonder how you feel looking back on that.
It was a special moment. I mean, especially to do it away, and in the 96th minute, and then to win the game. It was a real special moment and something that I'll cherish. I mean, I've scored in derbies as well at a higher level, but in terms of what it meant, and the atmosphere, what it produced, it was a real good moment in my career, and one that I won't forget. Neither will the supporters, I don't think.
You're quite right there. How often has that goal gone through your mind since, in your moments of quiet?
Quite often. I mean, I get tagged in stuff on Twitter and bits and bobs, when people are watching the goal back and stuff, and it's good to just sit down and watch it, how the game unfolded, and, to win 2-1 there at the time when we were struggling, in some games in some weeks was brilliant.
Is that one of your best feelings in football, Liam?
Yeah, especially with it being early on as well, and just obviously the celebrations after and stuff like that. And as I say, being the local derby that Mansfield, Chesterfield is that deep.
What about the season thereafter? Stags back in the fourth tier under Keith Curle. You scored 21 goals in that campaign. Certainly your best season for Mansfield, unless you can correct me otherwise. Was it also one of your finest in your career on the whole?
Yeah, I'd say so. I had a good year at Stoke when we went up, but yeah, I'd say that was one of the best and was right up there in terms of goal scoring and assists and how important I became to the team. So that's what eventually escalated me going and getting a move, if you like.
Let's move on and speak about your time at Sunderland. You moved there in 2004, a big move for you. What was your time like there over the 3 years you had?
It was good. Apart from the end, when I'd obviously fell out with Roy, it was fantastic. In our first season, we go on and win the league by record points, and just seeing the contrast, the difference in training ground, the difference in stadium, and the expectation of the people. It was an eye opener, but something I cherished. And as I say, it went well the first year. Second year, we obviously went down. We were up against it from the outset anyway. The board didn't help us on that. There was no money to spend, so we ended up going down. And then obviously Roy Keane comes in, and the rest is history.
Don't want to go into the nitty-gritties of that breakdown with Roy Keane, but in summary, where did the relationship sort of break?
We just had an argument in training one day. I didn't agree with what he was doing and how he treated me, so I walked in. He comes in a bit later on. We have an argument. We go up into his office. The argument escalates. We nearly have a scrap. That's it. It's done. I walk out, and he tells me to keep my phone on, and that was it. I never went back.
I didn't work with you here when you were at Mansfield, but I think it's pretty fair to say that the club has changed immeasurably. How do you look upon the club now, Liam, from the outside perspective, looking in, looking at the club, the way it's run, its setup and structure?
Yeah, it just looks a better run club now, all round the academy, right up to the top with the owner. So it's got a lot more structure, and it looks better from the outside looking in. That's for sure. I'm hopeful it's in good hands.
And I know you've got a session very shortly, so I don't want to keep you too long. But who do you want to win on Saturday in the FA Cup tie, Sunderland versus Mansfield?
Ooh. Well, it'd be great for Mansfield, wouldn't it? I mean, the lesser of the two evils. I'll get peppered by the Sunderland fans for saying I want Mansfield to win. But yeah, it'd be great for Mansfield if they could go on a little bit of a cup run and generate a little bit of money for it.
Liam, good to speak to you. Appreciate your time.
Thanks very much. Thank you.